Hello and welcome to the daily newscast within the United Countries special by First Ukraine. You can find us at the frequencies available at our website firstua.com. I'm Sergey Velichanskiy and thank you for joining us. Italy supports the initiative of creation of an international tribunal to investigate the Malaysian MH17 flight catastrophe. It was shared with First Ukraine by the Embassy of Italy to Ukraine. Rome announced its decision to be a co-author of the resolution. Earlier, Ukraine, Australia, Belgium, Netherlands and Malaysia spoke up in favor of creation of the tribunal.
The task is to get as broad support as possible for the resolution, and in case Russia tries to block it with their right to veto, the whole world will see that they stand against prevailing majority of countries.
The UN Security Council gathers together today in regards of possible creation of the tribunal. Russia has already announced that it will veto the resolution. The rumors are that the fact of tribunal creation paves the road to conflict. In case of the veto if the veto is used, the Ukrainian and Australian sides have a plan B, as shared by Pavlo Klimkin, the Minister of Foreign Affairs. The details are kept undisclosed. The meeting is scheduled for 10 p.m. Ukrainian time. First Ukraine shall broadcast this session live, so tune in. As a reminder, Boeing 777 of Malaysia Airlines was downed near Donetsk a year ago. The flight headed from Amsterdam to Kuala Lumpur. Fatalities were all 298 people. Most of them were citizens of Netherlands and Malaysia. Others from Australia, Indonesia, Great Britain, Belgium and Germany. The investigation still goes on. Netherlands plan to publish the results in October. As Ministry of Internal Affairs of Ukraine claims, the shots were fired by combatants with the use of the Air Defense Missile System Buk. As the President's administration reports, in the course of last day, no fatalities are registered in Donbass among the Ukrainian soldiers. 2 were wounded. As the ATO headquarters reports, combatants, cannons and mortars were at work near Krasnogorivka, Avdiivka, Перша Travня, Mayorsk, Mykolaiivka та Mariinka settlements. 30 rebels tried to take over a position of Ukrainian army but were repelled.
Today, on July 29th, as of 6 o'clock, artillery shelling was observed upon ATO forces in residential areas of Stepne, Novozvanivka, Troitske, Mykolaiivka, Popasna.
In the direction to Mariupol, there is less shelling than in the Donetsk direction. The President's administration continues to share that the combatants did only one provocation in the past 24 hours, 5 kilometers from Shirokine, and in the Donetsk direction, the shelling goes on all day long.
Active enemy's attacks and provocations lasted during about 6 hours in the areas of Luhansk. Opponent snipers' work was fixated. More complicated situation is observed in the north of Gorlivka, where at night time terrorists in 3 stages shelled our positions with 152mm cannonry.
Ukrainian security service detained 2 men who wanted to join combatants in Donbass. It happened at the block stop at Volnovakha settlement. As they confessed, they needed money, that's why we wanted to join terrorists, reports SBU.
I was going to Makiivka to my cousin, who is passing military service at one of the divisions of the Donetsk People's Republic. He invited me to join the ranks of DNR in order to make some money, so I agreed because of difficult financial situation. I was going from Odessa to Makiivka. At the one of Ukrainian checkpoints, we have been detained on the basis of documents absence.
3 smugglers were caught in Transcarpathia at one of the checkpoints by border control. They had tried to smuggle cigarettes to Hungary. The boxes were transported on a vehicle without number tags and documents. The border control guards executed an administrative protocol and escorted all 3 to a military enlistment office, since they're all of enlistment age.
An order was given by the head of the Zakarpattia region, Hennady Moskal. If those violators who try to engage in propaganda are the men of military age, then right after the process of documentation, they should be sent to recruitment offices to get ready for mobilization. By now, the sixth wave of mobilization is already going on, and in the Zakarpattia region, this task is fulfilled less than 20%.
The Nadia Savchenko mobile phones were operational on the combatants' territory at the same time when Russian journalists died. This data from mobile service providers, which came in according to Prosecutor General Yuri Sevruk, implies that Savchenko had already been detained at the moment of Russian journalist's death. As a reminder, the Russian Investigation Committee suspects a Ukrainian pilot, Savchenko, in the murder of Russian journalists Igor Kornelyuk and Anton Voloshin. The pilot claims she is not guilty, and she stresses that the combatants transported her into the Russian territory with the use of force. The court session against Nadia Savchenko will take place on 30th of July in Rostov.
We have information from our mobile operators that Nadia Savchenko had already been detained when the journalists were killed, and her mobile devices worked on the territory which under terrorists' control.
It was the United Country newscast by First Ukraine. You can find more details at our website, firstua.com. Sergey Velichanskiy was working for you in the studio. We wish you only good news. Take care and goodbye.